Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Akana. Laura Yamada is on assignment. The city says Honolulu's rail transit project is not only on track, it's also less expensive than expected. The latest cost comes in at $5.3 billion. KITV4's Paul Drews has more on the numbers and if the change in price is also changing people's perception of rail.
Hallelujah! The Honolulu Rapid Transit Project has big news.
Big news is that we have a sound financial plan.
In addition to revenues from the general excise tax expected to be $3.3 billion over the next 20 years, the project has shaved off $200 million from the cost. The city came up with a lower number after refining the engineering design for a number of different projects.
Guideway cost, yards and shop cost, vehicle cost, the installation of vehicles, and the control system, they all show reduction in cost.
For some, the dropping price tag for transit makes it even more appealing.
$200 million shorter is very appealing to me. I feel that the city is finally finding ways to cut back.
Lower costs are welcomed by many, but even those who use mass transit aren't convinced that the rail's costs will ultimately stay lower than forecast.
I take it with a grain of salt. I got to figure when all is said and done, it's going to go the other way. By a pretty good factor, I would guess.
The city includes not only the cost to build the rail system in its $5.3 billion plan, but also finance charges, adjustments for inflation, and a 21% contingency of nearly $900 million. That percentage of contingency will be reduced as the project progresses, so the financial plan could see further changes. And the head of the project is optimistic.
The estimated cost can go down even more.
In Honolulu, Paul Drews, KITV4 News.
The financial plan was the first draft submitted to the FTA, which will then comment on a plan. The city then has a chance to make changes and design a final draft before the end of the year.